Let me tell you how life-changing the work is that I do every single day. Not only for my clients, and I know it's so cliche to say the work you do inside my programs is life-changing. But when I say that, I'm saying it coming from a place of I don't truly know where I would be today if I did not do the inner work. I know the inner work, the shadow work, the brain reprogramming, all of that, it's not sexy. It's hard. It makes you open up to yourself in ways that you don't want to. But the person who you become on the other side is truly beautiful. And I can 100% say from real raw honesty that if I did not start my inner healing journey, if I did not start doing the inner work, the reprogramming work, I don't know where I would be today. I don't know who I would be when I hit the lowest of lows in my life and I lost all hope. The only thing that I had to help crawl me out of that space was reprogramming, was doing EFT tapping, was doing the breath work. And it's not all love and light over here. I have been tested, I have been kicked and put down and on the brink of losing everything that I built, everything that I stand for. And sometimes the life lessons that we learn are the hardest ones to go through. The identity upgrade can sometimes be the hardest thing that you're going to have to go through. You're going to have to challenge yourself. You're going to have to heal. You're going to have to slow down. You're going to have to get real and raw and honest with yourself. And so I can honestly say that the work that I do is life-changing because I lived it and it saved me. It saved me when I truly had zero hope. It saved me when I was looking at options on how to get out of the situation that life threw me in, that bad decisions put me in. And instead of going down a really dark path, it helped me crawl out of it. And so this isn't a boohoo, wah wah episode, but this episode is about to show you the real, raw, honest truth that is behind doing the inner work. Because when you decide that you are done living the life that you're currently living because you want more, you desire more, which is, you're right. It is fine to want more. It is fine to want a better life for you and your family. But the shedding that comes with that, it's hard. You're going to have to look deep within yourself. You're going to have to do the shadow work. You're going to have the patience to actually reprogram your mind, reprogram your belief system, and you're going to have to fall back in love with yourself. Oftentimes as moms, we are the biggest critics of ourselves. We're not doing enough. We could be making more money. We could be supporting our family more. We could be taking care of our children better. We could be a better mom. We could be a better wife. All of these things that we tell ourselves, they're not true because you're already doing amazing and you have to believe that. So when I was about 3 to 4 months postpartum with my first child, one of the deepest, darkest thoughts came in to my mind, and it was, think about how easy it would be if I just packed up in the middle of the night and disappeared. If I bought a one-way ticket somewhere. Now, I live for my children. They are the best blessings that God has given me. When they were born, both of them, my whole world changed. And I know, again, that's cliche to say, but my purpose got bigger. It was bigger than just me. My purpose for building that financial freedom, that slow living life, that intentional living, it became about them because I didn't grow up with money. My dad worked so hard for the money that he made us, for the life that he provided us. And when my mom started working again, she worked so hard to help support our family, but also being a mom. She would come home from work and still cook us dinners. She would make sure that we would have lunches packed for the next day, that all of our homework was done. She was the default parent. My dad wasn't around. He was on the road working most of my childhood. I only saw him 2 days a week, which that is a crime. That is a crime for families and a crime for parenthood. But even when he was home, he was so money driven that he had to keep working, keep doing stuff, do a hobby farm because it would bring in extra income, and that was the little bit of happiness that he had. And he busted his ass to make sure that we had everything that we could possibly want but I was still raised that it wasn't enough. So being raised in a family household of there's just not enough abundance, there's just not enough money, that was something that I had to work through. I'm still working on my relationship with money today. I still find myself saying that money is hard to make. I still find myself saying that I can't hold on to money, or what I make will just disappear, that it's really hard to hold it. And that is stuff that I have to work through, and to become the person, my higher self, that trusts that money is energy, that trusts that money is easy to make, that trusts that it's easy to hold high income cash months. I have to then link back into childhood trauma of how I was raised. Now, I had a great childhood, but those generational narratives, they stuck with me. And as a mom myself, I am very big on whenever it comes to finances, and at any time we're going through a financial patch, not to show that stress in front of our kids, not to be negative about money, because even though they're 18 months and 4 months old, I don't want them to have the slightest unhealthy relationship with money. I want them to always feel that money is easy to come by. I want them to have a good relationship with money. I want them to have a good relationship with wealth and abundance, and to change their narrative of what it looks like to make money. So the work that I do inside of my containers, it's not just all strategy and systems and business foundations. It is the inner work to help you look deep inside yourself, to help you shed old layers, and to finally start stepping into that new identity. That new identity of you are the mom who can have it all. She can have the thriving business. She can have abundance and wealth and the flow of ease that it is to make money. You can hold it safely, and you don't have to trade your time for money. Your hard work does not equal dollar signs. And I do this through shadow work, through breath work, EFT tapping, journaling, and working on getting certified in hypnotherapy. But until I am certified, I bring an expert to help with the rewiring and to help with the reprogramming, because you can't have that spacious, sustainable business if the identity, if the story that you're telling yourself doesn't support it. Life is crazy whenever you really start doing the inner work, and that you truly start to realize that you get to shape your reality. That's not just some catchy thing that people say. That is the truth. You get to write your story. You get to rewrite the narrative. You get to change that generational narrative. That's part of the reason why I started my business, is because I didn't want to be stuck in a corporate job 40 hours a week for 40 years, to miss my children growing up, to be controlled by someone else on how much I get to make, to always be trying to climb the corporate ladder or chasing the next big thing or trying to get the raise. I didn't want that. I wanted the freedom to control my own wealth and abundance. I wanted the ability to say that money flows to me easily, because that is the way my life gets to be. I didn't want a job dictating how my life looked. I didn't want to live the life of being gone 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day and only being home with my littles for 2 to 3 hours before they go to bed. If that, that's a scam. That's a crime. I'm sorry. When you are raised with one parent gone all the time, and they miss out on your school plays or your basketball games or your track events, when they miss out on so much, that shifts your perspective whenever you have a child of your own. And so that is a generational narrative that I am rewriting myself, on top of healing money wounds and healing childhood trauma. So when it comes to it, I have great resources that you can tap in to start your healing journey, to start the inner work. But if you really want a customized approach, if you are truly tired of the story that you're telling yourself, then I want to invite you into Soft Mama CEO. That is a 6 or 12-month program that you can work with me in a group setting with still high-touch, customized one-on-one coaching to help you start your healing journey, to help you rewrite your story, step into the identity, your higher self that you want to be, while also fine-tuning your business foundations to hold 6 figures so that you can scale and that you can continue to build wealth through your business without sacrificing your hours, without trading so much time for money. The link is in the show notes if you want to browse. But if you are feeling deeply called to reach out, to explore it as an option for support, DM me on Instagram at Alicia Croce. And if you want to dabble into my space and see what I'm all about, how I serve and support my clients, then join my free Telegram community, The Second Shift, where the best chat is Moms After Dark, where you can truly connect on a real authentic level with other women in business and just chat about life, chat about the hottest book boyfriend that you're reading about, but you also get business support and inner work support as well. I like to drop pop-up trainings, any EFT tapping sessions that I create. I do a little bit of customized support in there. It's all about serving you and giving you a space to connect while you're also building the life of your dreams. Because at the end of the day, the mission and the purpose is simple: create happy and wealthy women. Okay, this was a deeper episode than usual. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next week on Business and Brunch.